Hey, Martin.
Hello, hello. Hi, Manuela.
Hello, Martin. Okay, so Manuela is in Germany, Martin is in the UK, and I'm from the future.
Yes.
Yes, you are. God,
There's a
I've been
song.
sleeping so little the last few days that today I actually slept through my first alarm. So I lucky I put a second one.
I always do that. There's a song by a group called Timbuk 3. It's called The Future's So Bright, I Gotta Wear Shades. So I'm going to dedicate that to you.
Um, okay, so Manuela's never been to this. She is fairly new to our group. Martin's been to one. And Martin, it's very informal. We just chat about businesses. We chat about, what to do, how to grow, how to find more leads, more clients, and all this stuff. Every now and then I might go into a rabbit hole about something if it pops in my head. Um, Mm, So, yeah, that's another very informal thing. You guys, the more you get to know me, guys, the more you'll see that everything I do, I try to be as informal as possible, because otherwise it just sounds too pretentious. And I don't consider myself a guru. See, I'm getting all the Europeans are coming. Laurie is in the UK as well.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are you, Laura?
I'm actually in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So you're right. It's part of the UK, but to a person who's in the UK, it's different.
Yes, I know, I know. That's why I said I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. Otherwise,
At
it'd be
least you're not
lying.
born there, so you're not gonna take it personally.
I was. I was born here.
Oh, were you?
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, because I thought that you were born because you grew up in South Africa, and I thought that you were just from there.
No, I was born here, so I'm actually Irish in disguise because I don't sound it at all. Sound South African. So yeah. Anyway, long story short, yeah. How are you guys today?
Good. Good. Yeah. It's uh lots on. My biggest frustration is that having been part of this community for about 2 weeks now, I think, something like that. There's so much in there. It looks fantastic, but I haven't had slash made the time to really go through and get full value from it yet.
Yeah, yet. Exactly. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, Laura, are you level 6 yet?
Oh, no. I mean, I think I'm still on level 5.
Okay, because
I'm,
we're starting to drop some apps for level 5s and 6. So.
oh, that's, well, if you've got any for level 5, I would definitely love that.
Yeah, we're dropping one for 5 for make.com, and I just made one for level 6 that Andrea tested, and she likes
Oh,
it.
right. Okay. I'm still on level 5. I've got 144 points to go before I'm on 6.
Well,
But
you better get busy then.
Come
it's
on,
just because
Laura,
no,
speed it up.
I've actually climbed my way up the leaderboard because I was low. I've dropped a little bit now, but that's because this week I've actually been knocking out lots of stuff. I finished recording my demo videos today for 6 of my GPTs, actually 4 GPTs and 2 automations. And I've also done the walkthrough video instructions for all of so people who buy it actually get an instructional video with their purchase so they know how to use it. And that took me forever. But I did batched all the recording today. So I knocked out the 12 things I had to do. And tomorrow I'll spend some time editing them. And then my checkout pages are already designed. All I need to do is take the copy I've written up, pop it onto the web page, the landing page, and publish them. And then my shit's out there.
Excellent.
Wow.
That's a
Yeah.
Wow.
progress. Next stop
I
sales.
Oh my gosh, I have pushed this like last 3 weeks has been intense, and I've had a couple of days like yesterday, flipping out. It took me so long to do one video because I was trying to figure out what to do, how to use it, how to record it, where to do, how to add the fucking hell. Anyway, eventually, once I got that down, I knocked out 3, and then today I just did the rest. So I was like, yeah, okay, now I know what I'm doing. I can just bang on with what I need. So, whew,
If you watch any of my videos, you'll see how to do it. My editing is like between 10 and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I cut the back, and I might cut some stuff in the middle that I've stuffed up somewhere. That's it. There's no things popping on the screen, no words going.
No, I will have mine are nowhere near as good as yours. My lighting is not great, but it's what I've got, and I'm not letting it stop me from getting it out there. So whatever. You can't see me, but you can hear me, and that's all I need you to hear is hear me is what you need to hear. So I mean, I could sit there and just be like, it's not right, I'm not doing it, but I've got my eye on. Yeah, I've got my dollar eyes are going ding, 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 and I can almost taste the sales coming in. So I'm just like, I don't care what it looks like, just get it off me. I just want it finished so I can sell. That's what I want to do. So,
fantastic.
Yeah.
What software did you use for the instructional videos, Laura?
Oh, so the only kind of editing software I even use is iMovie because I've got a MacBook Air. But you can't, haven't recorded on that, and I don't really like it. It's a bit basic. So I was thinking I would use Loom, and then I've got a free account, and I'm like almost done with you can only have 25 videos or something, and you are only limited to 5 minutes, and some of the videos go longer than that. So I ended up like, no, I need something else. So the short answer is I used Descript.
Okay.
You can record, edit, and whatever else in there. That's pretty cool. You can also add, it allows you to record your videos like a slide presentation. So if you do a bit and you forgot a bit, you can always record that and then move the slide into the place that you need it, and then it just reads it normally like that. So I love that because how I did it was I banged out my demo content. I was just like, me talking. And then what I did was I added a new slide under that for the instructional video. So now I can use that as part of the demo wherever I want it. I just have to fill it in. Or I can use it as a separate thing on its own, which is what I'm going to do for the instructional stuff. So I've basically got like a video sales letter kind of thing for a landing page if I want it. And then I've got the instructional piece, which I'll put into my downloadable file when people buy the thing, and that's the video they'll watch to go through the thing. But I can also double up on that instructional video and actually use it as a walkthrough demo on my landing page. So that's why I did it that way.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And if you get to the point where you're thinking, I wonder if there's another way, there's an app called Komodo. Don't know if you've come across that before.
No.
So it's Komodo, and it's a screen recording app, but it uses AI to create the steps. So you get written steps generated automatically for you.
Yes.
And then you can go and edit those, etc. So it's not so cool if you want to like put stuff, like you said with Descript, you want to come and then put something in the middle because, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But short videos where you're just recording something and you want like the steps to automatically appear by the side is pretty cool, and it's free.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll check it out. Thanks, because it's always good to know. Like I said, my plan was to use Loom, and then I was like, ooh, I can't go longer than 5 minutes. And then when you're on free versions, you have restrictions here, there, and I just thought, no, wait, hold on. I need something that's got a bit more. So yeah, that's what I ended up using. I know my lighting's not amazing, like my face is quite dark, but whatever, it's done. It's all I care about. It's flipping off me. I can edit tomorrow and then just go, you know what I mean? And now that I know what I'm doing, when I've got better lighting and when all of my sales start flooding in next week, I will have a budget galore to buy all the video lights that I need. So,
you only need a ring light from Amazon for $20.
I do, babes. Here it is. Ring
Oh,
light.
okay. Just put it
Yeah.
close to your face then.
I did, but you know what it is? Sometimes the people in the UK will understand this. The lighting has gone to shit since the weather started to change. So usually, if it's a bright morning, it's pretty cool, like in the summer. But now what I'm finding is the lighting has changed. So where I sit to record, it's like a bit darker here now, and it's lighter behind me. So whatever. Like I said, I didn't let that stop me. I banged out my videos, and that's all I care about right now. In 2 weeks,
Laura, try
yeah.
having black hole problems. If I switch the light, you can't see me at all. You think you've got problems, mate? Sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't resist it.
That's a funny, babe.
I'll go back on mute.
That's hilarious. Yeah, well, you're right. I don't have that problem, but anyway.
Yeah. And the
No,
other thing
I
is
know.
when you make lots of sales and you've got lots and lots of money, you can just like go back to South Africa where the lighting is beautiful and use that natural light there.
Yeah, I mean, I can be on my sun lounger with my pina colada and just be like, filming, whatever it is that I need to. So yeah, I'm not
By
worried
that
about
time,
it.
you would have cloned yourself anyway, so it's fine. You could just
So
use
actually,
AI.
Descript has, so I'm sure this is on the paid plan. I was just using the free version for now. Descript actually has, it has some pretty cool features actually. What is the thing you just said now? The point's just gone out of my head.
Clone.
Cloning. You can create a clone in Descript for yourself that will, if you put in the text, it'll actually read it out for you. Like Hey Jen, it does that in Descript as well. You have to be on the paid plan, so I'm not there yet. But like I said, in 2 weeks when all my bucks are here, I'll be like, okay, give me that clone. Here we go. Demo videos on the ready. Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Something I thought about is when you give people that PDF with the links and everything, make sure that you give them, you know how in Amazon when you buy stuff, they like other people bought this,
Yes.
suggestions. So create a suggestion thing on your PDF going, hey, you just bought this one, but these others also go with it.
Yeah. So what I did at the end of mine was I did a little bit of an intro, like this is what it does, this is what you'll get from it, all that. Then I've added in, here's how you download it and shared the link. If it's a GPT and an automation, it's the GPT, the automation, and then like the Google Sheets or whatever. I've created the sheet as well, so they get the tool. And then what I did at the end was I said, follow me on social media with just one platform, so like Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever. And then I've added a thing at the bottom to say, leave me a Google review, which links to my Google review page if they want to do that. And then I've said, if you like this, you might also like, and I've put in another one, yeah. I've got a page on my website that is like an overview of all the products. So it'll say like this is everything we have GPT wise or automation wise. But then each one that I've created has its own landing page. And at the bottom of that, it'll say, here are other products like this one that you might like. So I've done that at the bottom of each landing page. So whenever somebody goes on this one, they can then see the next 4 products or whatever it is, so they can go between them. So I've done that too on there.
What did you decide to use, Laura, in the end? Because I know the other day we spoke about can't remember what we spoke about.
For the website.
What platform? We were speaking about Stan Store. Did you?
Oh yes. I'm definitely gonna go with Stan Store, Andrea, because I've already looked at, like I said, a couple. I use Flowdesk right now, but I don't like the checkout piece works well, but I don't like their sales page thing. I find it clunky and not nice. So what I've done is I have designed my website in Canva, scrolling website, very easy. You can use any template you want in Canva and just post it as a website. That'll suffice for now because all I need to do is get the stuff out there. And if it sells, I can go into whatever other softwares I want to use. So I'm kind of bootstrapping it right now in a couple of ways, just because I'm testing the concept. I'm not going to put loads of money behind something don't even know if it's going to work yet, although I'm not worried. Mon, these things are going to fly off the shelf. Just watch. Anyway, so my website is in Canva, super easy. I can have as many or not pages as I like. And then all I'm doing is I'm hooking Stan Store up to the Canva thing using a button. So I'm just gonna, if anyone clicks the button, goes through to the checkout page in Stan Store that I'm setting up. And that's how I'll connect the two together. Yeah. So, and that's how I'm gonna do it.
What's the address, Laura?
It'll be lauraevedoherty.com is my website address, but it's not published yet. It's still in secret until my GPT pages are ready. So yeah. And even at that, I'm not sure I'll publish the homepage. I'm just going to publish all the landing pages. So on social media, I'll share a link to whatever the landing pages that I want them to go to. And then I'll just keep doing that for a while till I get a little bit of breathing room, and then I can fix up the homepage and publish that. So yeah, it's a bit of, I feel like sometimes 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because I'm a bit like that. But yeah, I'm getting there. I definitely have hauled ass, shall I say, in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, a lot. So
Brilliant. I don't know about, I mean, I think Andrea probably knows and Monica, sure. Maybe Manuela doesn't as well, but listening to you is really exciting, but I have no idea what you built, which is kind of why I asked what the website address was, so I could just go and have a look and be nosy.
oh yeah, I'll so when I drop it, I'm hoping it'll all be done by Monday. I might work a little bit the weekend just to get all tied up, but I'll drop my links into the community and you guys can go check it out whenever I'm ready. So you can have a look at what I've done from a website perspective, landing pages and stuff, and then what the actual tools are. And you can, if you want to give me any feedback on my videos or whatever, I know the lighting shit, but if there's anything else you pick up, then that's awesome. Thank you. The feedback would be appreciated, because sometimes when you're close to your own thing, it's difficult to spot stuff, right? If something didn't come across clearly, or it's incorrect or whatever, then yeah. But once I got into the swing of doing the videos, I was like, okay, I've got this down. It's definitely not my strong point.
Just one general point on videos. Loads of research proves that people are far more interested in the quality of the audio is okay rather than the lighting. I mean, yes, it's great to have them both, but if you're going to nail one, nail the audio first.
Yeah.
Because especially if it's a product like walkthrough as well, because people are focused on the product rather than, is the lighting for you good or whatever.
Yeah.
So, and your audio is absolutely fine on this call.
Oh, awesome. Okay. This is actually an empty room, so it has a bit of an echo, and I'm not worried about it. I can tell, but maybe that's because I know the room's empty, and so maybe it's just in my head. I don't know. But the script also has a little toggle thing you can switch on or off for studio sound, so it actually cancels all the noise and all that kind of stuff. So if you enable that over your audio, it sounds better. So yeah. I'm slowly eking through to the finish line. Not that I'm nowhere.
As long as you're getting there, and you're not just but yeah, I had a quick question. How do you find the Stan Store shopping carts?
I haven't used it yet, but as soon as somebody pays me, I'll tell you.
No, for the setup, like, can you have order bumps, upsells? Like, can you have all these things in the shopping?
Not in the, you have to have because I checked that day on Monday after we had our call. So you have to have the £99 one to do the bump sales and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
the
Uh,
regular $29 a month doesn't do that. So you have to have the premium version.
yeah, yeah. I could, I guess, if I wanted to, just use Flowdesk for now, but I just need to check if I think you have to have a sales page and their sales page links to the checkout. I don't think you can just have like a brief checkout page, which is what you can have in Standstore. Because I'm just testing the concept, the copy, the messaging, the products, the everything right now is just a first draft. I just wanted it to be a very simple way of checking out. I've got some basic copy there, some, whatever it is. I've done these demo videos and I'm just kind of putting it out there to see what will happen. If it goes like hotcakes, then okay, I'll spend some time making it better. And whichever ones don't go like hotcakes, cool. I won't waste my time on those. I'll know then, nah, it's not the thing, So, yeah.
And where are you putting this? Like, where are you selling it on? Like, or to who are you selling it to?
To anyone that'll buy it right now. No.
Yeah, but where are you putting it? How do people act? Like, where would you put it? Do you have an email list? Do you have a group? What's your process?
I don't have an email list officially, and I don't have a group either. I do have the network connection, and I'm part of a number of different groups who have social media managers in there like myself. So it's mostly for me going to be cold outreach or networking with people I already know on LinkedIn or I've worked with previously in business coaching or that sort of stuff is what I'm going to do first. So yeah. And then social media, obviously, connected with some people, not many. Actually, the reason I'm not connected with many is because I was the head coach for another coaching business in Australia for a year. And part of my contract was that I wouldn't promote or run any of my own coaching stuff. And so as a result of that, my list never grew for a year because I wasn't doing anything on my social profiles or whatever, because I was seen as their client-facing head coach and other things for their business. So now I'm not doing that anymore. I'm kind of gearing my own things back up again. So it'll take me a little bit of time, but that's where I'm at.
Do you have any ad budget to run some ads to freebies?
Not yet.
Okay.
But I will in a week.
Because that's the easiest way to grow your list.
Yes. Yeah, we've touched on this a couple of times. You have recommended it before. Yeah, I probably could do both. But yeah, I feel like I've got quite a lot happening right now. So I'm just going to trust my intuition. I know a few people who would need it. So if I just have the right conversation with them, probably get me started. And then when I've got some stuff coming in, I can look at putting a proper budget together and setting that up so it just runs on its own. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Excellent. That's a great progress. Like great progress. It may
I
not
feel
feel
like this
like
must
it.
be the week. Oh, sorry. Pardon?
No, go ahead.
Now I'm saying that this must be the week for the getting shit done, because I even as we speak, I put out so yesterday I was like, oh my god, I created a custom GPT. And I'm gonna call them like Andrea's AI assistants because I've got a group, so I'm gonna put them in there. And I did one yesterday called the Mindset Mastery, based on Monica's great ideas. Like, because I've got a group which is not really focused on AI per se. It's more about the healing and the mindset work that I do. But I was thinking, how can I weave in a bit of AI into it? And Monica, as her bright ideas always do, she came up with the idea, why don't you have like an AI coach or an assistant in each of the classrooms?
Your audio's
You
gone,
lost
babe.
your audio.
Still can't hear you. No. Do you have anything plugged in? Maybe the cable's gone a bit wonky. No. Oh, we
Make
just
sure
lost.
that the audio is like click on the little microphone, make sure that it's the computer.
Can you hear me
She's
now?
back.
Yes.
Yes.
Here you are.
I don't know what happened there. Anyway, when you're trying to tell us like those juicy parts, right? So in my classroom, I got like a mindset, healing, health and well-being, and so on, and a business, bit of business because it's for entrepreneurs. So anyway, so the first one I created was a mindset mastery AI assistant. It worked fine, and then in the introduction, it introduces them to my group if they want to join, go with the link. But yesterday it wouldn't work. It worked for me, obviously, but then it wouldn't allow me to share it with anybody else. But I just, as I did with everything, I just went to bed and said, you know what, tomorrow's a new day. So it works now. I've got it to work. I've got it to share. The couple of people I gave it to, it wasn't working for them. I'm like, oh God, here we go. But then I gave it to my brother and it worked for him. And I was like, well, clearly it must be their problem. And then I've just given it to somebody else to test out. And my niece done it. She said it done her vision. It gave her a vision board or something. She put in a query to help her with her mindset. And then my next message I've just got whilst on this course on the call. Oh my gosh, this is sick. So in translation,
awesome.
this is good. So my idea now is to put that out on. I've got kind of like a small email list, put that out to them because last week I told them about the group. So now it's like, okay, here's a gift. I'm not going to ask you to buy that. Here's a gift, but then it has a link to the group. So, you know, so it kind of like probes them there. And I'm just going to have that as my like a lead magnet, just putting the link out there because then it links them to both my group and it also has my website address, even though it's coming, I'm building in the process of building it, but there's some, you know, consistency there with who I am, what I'm doing, and so on and so forth. So I've got something to say that I'm actually doing AI. I did that, so that's going out. I'm going to put that out, and then today I did my first just get out there and just roam the streets. So I did that. Went to the West End, then just went into some hairdressers, just asked if they knew anything about AI. I created a Google form, so if they didn't have time, they just scan the QR code and it will take them to the form. So I actually like that. It was a bit the first one I went to, they were up for it, and then the couple of them that not really. But I'm actually going to start hitting the streets, and just because it made me feel like I was doing something. Like I felt productive, and I always told my clients, you know, set aside some time to do your income generated activities and so on and so forth. And I feel like a bit of a hypocrite because I hadn't been doing it myself. And so now it's like, now I could do that, hit the streets, send out emails, you know, that I'm going to send out 10 emails today. And so I really have something to send an email out to people too. Now it's like, yes, I'm actually doing, So the feeling of doing that was really good. And then I put in the group as well, another one that I was trying out, which was the content. Again, I do things late at night. And when I do things late at night, when I do any kind of computer stuff, it always mucks up. So I put in the group, this is not working. And then I looked at Monica's video. I was like, why is this? Because there was no errors in the make. And then got to the Airtable. My record number was a text file and not a function, a formula, not a formula. Like, so these little tiny things, I didn't let it stress me out. I said, you know, I'm going to come back to it because it's going to work because there's no errors in the make. So it must be something to do with the Airtable. And that's what that was. So that works. And so I'm on the move now. So I'm going to start to producing content for myself. So people, because I've got a new page called AI with Andrea, so that people could come to that page and see that that's all about AI. So really carving a name for myself in that space. Or I was going to actually call it Andrea Inspires, so then it could be AI, I am AI. Because
that's awesome.
I just love names. It inspires entrepreneurs and small business owners to streamline their systems with AI and business strategy. So yeah.
Awesome, Andrea. Well done. Check, that's amazing. You've done so much.
But you know what it is? It's hearing people like yourself and just in the group. It's just been so nice to just have that, that group backing of, yeah, we got this, let's do this. And I felt a bit like of a procrastinator learner for a long time because, as Monica well knows, I've been doing a lot of talk, and now it's like, all right, let's talk more action and just keeping it simple. Like really, like there's different blueprints that are coming out and I'm seeing different, but it's like, no, I only need like about a hand, not even 5 blueprints that I'm going to push out and just keep pushing them out until I perfect them. Because everybody, whether I'm working with brick and mortar or I'm working with like coaches, healers and consultants, they all need the same thing. They all either need content or they need onboarding process. That's it really. And once I can nail those few things that they need, then I can just create that as a package and just keep creating like AI assistants, and that's it. And I feel for a long time I was just thinking too big, or not even thinking too big, shiny object syndrome. I have that. Like I have medication for that. Like it's so bad. But yeah, the medication is working now.
Congrats. I'm proud of you. Well done. That's awesome. Really, really cool.
Now is the website. So like again, Monica reined me in. Like I was talking about Stan Store and this store and this, and she said, "But haven't you got like the white label of Go High Level?" And I'm like, yeah. And I don't have to pay for it as well. So it's like I've just got that sitting there, and I've had it for ages. So and it's got a lot better over time. And so I'm just gonna, now that's my next move now, is to get that down to a T, because I can actually do so much from that. I can do my landing pages, my website, my social media from there as well if I really wanted to. And I paid a one-off payment for that like a month ago for like about 30 quid or even less than that. And even made money on it because people were buying it from me as an affiliate. So I made a good couple of $100 from there as well. So I'm going to just focus on that. That's going to be, so I'm not even going to look at Stan Store. So Laura, don't try and tempt me with that. I'm not doing it. I'm going to stick to Go High. Well, it's practically Go High Level, even though it's not, but it's the white label. So I'm going to stick to that because a lot of people now are using Go High Level with AI. So it makes sense now to go back on it. So yeah, thanks for listening.
System. Like it's a robust system for a business that's like an establishing and growing business, right? So you're getting started, but you'll grow into it, Andrea, and then it'll be a great platform because it has everything in there. You do funnels, you can do websites, you can use it as a CRM, you can.
And another good thing about that, I can even have, if I see that people are wanting, that's something that I find useful. I'm working with coaches, healers, and consultants, or even the shop, brick and mortar. I can even have my own white label and they buy it from me. So there's that, but we're not going there just yet. But I know that is an idea, which is an idea that I also wanted to work with, because I also have a community interest company for young people. So another idea that I want to do is to train young Black women up in AI so that, we can change the direction of where it's going. And for them, I can have my white label, which I will set them up with everything that they need to get started for their own business. And because there's so many directions, like the people that I'm not really into the images. So like really getting them, maybe even creating my own little, business so that someone does images, someone does the videos, the AI videos, someone does the voice, like having different departments of different people doing. So that's my vision for all of this now. And I really feel like it is going to happen. Watch this space. And I can credit Monica for it.
I believe you, chick. I'll be here kicking your butt every week with Mon.
Yes, exactly. Oh, and my
Fully
last
get
thing, last thing is LinkedIn. I need to get over, not I need to, but I would like to get over on LinkedIn a lot more. Especially now that, we've got the content creator thing, we can just bang out some link, like get some RSS feeds, do some news, and just, put that out there. And just, I've seen a couple of people on there. Do you know who is on there doing really well? Penelope.
Oh, is she?
She's yeah. I went over there. I was like, wow, she's really killing it over there. Well, I don't know about killing it, but I think she's doing really well. So, um, yeah,
I also see
I'm gonna.
Shelina. She's really active and all over. Like her stuff constantly pops in on my feed.
Yeah,
She's
because
got
that
great
linked into her
content.
thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Just before I forget and move on to, the other people, the GPT you have, do you have the links in the GPT or on your pages? Like you
You
said,
mean
yeah. No, you, Andrea.
it's as soon as they go into the GPT, that's the first thing they see,
Yeah, so
and then
like mine, it says, hey, I'm this and this from Andreas, da da da, and it's a link inside the GPT that they can click on. Yeah.
yep,
Yeah, Laura, you
yep.
need to do this with yours as well.
I'll send it.
I
Look,
have.
I'll show you guys, so you can see what I'm actually talking about. But
Hang on,
yeah,
hang on. I need to give permissions. Yep.
no, I just put it in the chat. People can have a look at it
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
Yeah.
Um, so then that's it. Yeah, it just gives them a brief explanation as well about my group. So it is really a lead magnet.
Yep.
That's awesome. Check.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I click here you go.
Yep.
Yahoo! It actually opens up is that your school community, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah. This is
Nice.
great. Yeah. Yeah. Every GPT that you make, guys, it needs to have at least one link. At least one link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this is like a walking sales like assistant. It's like free advertising.
Yeah.
Andrea, did you use the 3D icon to do your icon?
I told you,
No.
images is not my thing. I just got chat to do it. I didn't. I just said create me an image to go with this. Nah. Mm-mm.
I used the 3D icon. I built it and I had so much fun playing around in there. I got every variation of an icon under the sun. For one
That's going to be my
GPT.
next. That and Flux. Is it Flux? That's going to be my next rabbit hole. But I
Oh,
know.
I don't know. I don't know about Flux yet, but now that you told me, I'll have to go check it.
Yeah. I like the 3D icon designer because it creates icons that are, you can tell that they're not made by ChatGPT, so it stands out a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think the way that you've set up the 3D icon to create, even it's with the pastel colors, I actually think the way that you've done that, yours turns out the nicest. I mean, I've had, like I just said, every variation under the thing, and they were not as nice as the way that you've actually got it to come through. So I think I'll just stick with that, but change the colors to my brand is all.
Yeah. Excellent. We are having 2 winners today. Anybody else has a win?
Yeah. Anyone else in the winning train? Full steam ahead.
Martin, last time we were talking about local events. Anything on the front?
Yeah, so I went to a business networking event. There's about 30 people there, and just mentioned a couple of things. One about the podcast that we're launching fairly soon, And so 3 or 4 people like, yeah, we're interested in that. But I've got I control the mailing list for all the people who come to that. So they are all going to get to know about that and other things again and again until they give in and buy something. So yeah, my next bit is to make bits and pieces. I'm going to start off with a 3D icon because we need to rebrand that part of the business. And so we need a new icon. So it's perfect, it'll be my first ever chat, my first GPT, and hopefully it'll be the icon that we use for our business as well. So by this time next week, I'll have that, I hope.
Excellent. Are you gonna try and sorry, are you gonna try and get some slots for presentations during those events?
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, that particular event only has like 1 10-minute slot per year, in effect.
Per
But
year?
yeah, because every business gets their 60-second type thing, and then one gets a spotlight. But I mean, next month, a different business gets the spotlight and so on. And with 30 odd businesses, obviously, it's going to be
Okay. So every month somebody has a spotlight, not once per year, like one per year.
exactly, yeah. But that's not the only networking group I do. I mean, it kind of like, Laura was talking about networking, and it's not quite walking the streets like Andrew is doing. That doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll be trying to get into some more networking groups and do like a show tell, like you said. So first step, icon. Second step, automation that gives instant results. But like it was funny, I was telling my business partner about the your butcher and the pork, and I got like halfway through telling her, and then suddenly thought, oh shit, she's a vegan. So I had to change it to an aubergine shop. And then
Andrea doesn't
oh,
eat meats and she's watching my butcher stuff.
yeah, no, she was fine about it. She's just like, I don't know if I can go and actually sell that. I'm like, okay, well, we'll work with the idea and just change it slightly, So
It will work
Can
for
I just add to that,
anyone.
Martin?
mm.
Can I? So another thing that I actually done, I forgot about that one. You just reminded me. I actually done that as well, but I changed it to a completely different brick and mortar business, and I haven't spoken to them yet. I'm waiting for them to get back to me. But yeah, it's very interchangeable, so it doesn't have to be. And I didn't use all of the ideas. I just used one column, so I just had a description. So when they tick a whatever item is that they want to know more information about, it will give them the description of it. So there are ways to make it your own, and depending on what business you're working with. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm loving it.
Last week you said about your locks and about how it'd be really handy, to have like how do I look after these, all the rest of it. So I mentioned that to my business partner as well, Jill. And then we thought it was kind of funny, that I was talking to her about the butcher, and she's a vegan, and then she's talking about selling the locks, and I don't know if that's going to work for me as well as it will for you, but I get the point about it being interchangeable.
I'm sorry, this is funny. I just tried to picture you with dreads.
It's been a while. Well, actually, I don't know. It used to be here, but that was many years ago. It's not going to happen again.
Yeah. Also, don't forget that because you've been in business for a long time, you have clients that you've worked with in the past. Go and approach people. They're the lowest hanging fruit, people that already know you, and especially people you've already done work for.
Yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right. My biggest weakness is the sales bit and the getting it over the line, the actual building it bit, which is the fun bit. I usually spend too much time on. Like Laura was saying, why build one icon when you can build 100? It's far more fun. However, it's not actually very productive. So, yeah, with the help of this group or whatnot, we'll get there.
Yeah. Something that I find, and this is like across the board, including me, we put way too much importance on ourselves. And we think that when we send cold emails or approach somebody like cold on messages, like people are going to spend so much time hating us and they're going to stalk us around the internet and go, you're a terrible person. Like when somebody sends me something and I'm not interested, I spend a whole 3 seconds looking at it, deleting it, and forgetting the name straight away. We are not that important,
honestly.
none of us. Like people will not remember us forever that we approach them and, you know, try to pitch them something.
You
Thank
know what,
God.
Laura? Yeah, I've just realized why Monica makes us have our names across each of these screens now, so she can actually remember who we are because we've done more than 3 seconds. I'm only joking.
Yes, just when you outreaching to people, try and make it personal in some, especially if it's cold, go and stalk them. Have a look at the websites at exactly what they do. Don't just copy and paste. Like this is the worst. That's why so many people don't succeed with cold messages. Like I just got a somebody pitched me to come on a hot seat so he can show me how to do custom GPTs. And I'm like, dude, did you know that I was the first person last year who launched a building GPT course? And I couldn't resist. I had to answer. I usually delete them. I just couldn't resist this time. Because, you know, he hit me on the first thing. Like I was literally on week 2. I had a course after they launched the custom GPTs. He hasn't answered me. So
He's actually probably gone to read up about you to see, which is what you should have done in the first place.
exactly. So go and read about people. Don't pitch them on stuff that they're better than you at. You know, be a little bit more personal, talk about their business, send them a little demo, a little show and tell, and then say, hey, I'm going to circle back in 3 days, for example, to see if you've had a chance to look at it. You know,
So
give
I've
us some
spoken-
value before you go, hey, let's talk and I'm going to sell you something.
I've had 3 sales calls now. I had another one on Monday, my 3rd one on Monday. And she's one of the ones I could circle back around. Actually, what I said to her was, I've got a couple of GPTs coming out now. Take a look, you know, see if any of those interest you, and then let me know. So she's definitely a warm lead, though. So she's on my radar. But yeah, I did actually do the cold outreach. I told you, I sent out 16 emails. I got 4 replies. 3 of those were sales calls. 1, I'm going to circle back around. She's already just said, I'm not exactly quite where I need to be, but I'm very interested, and let me just get back to you. So, and then I sent out another 10 cold emails after that to different people, all personalized. And only 1 person wrote back to me to say, well, I appreciate you did personalize the message. Like, I'm not interested. So I was just like, thanks so much. Have a great day. And I went on to the next one. So yeah.
It's definitely a numbers game. Definitely. And you cannot take it personally. Because it's always, you have a lot more people ignoring you or sending you emails or messages going, I'm not interested, than people who will take you up on the offer. But the more you do it, the more your skin gets thicker. So you kind of like, oh, well, you know, moving on. The more you grow, the more people will start seeing you. And the more people start seeing you, the more they'll start approaching you rather than you approaching them. So it's all kind of like, it's really hard in the beginning. It's like, you know, all these little cartoons that we see, you know, the guy that is pushing this massive boulder up the hill. And it's exactly like that.
That's a true story, you know, 3 feet from gold.
Absolutely.
Actually,
yeah.
But do you know what? That's what I want. That's why I did it today, because I've never done any kind of sales before. And you know, they say you got, I don't know what they say. I don't even know what they say, but you know, they got to try something. If you want something different, you got to try something different, you know. So I thought, you know what? This is my something different. I am actually serious about this. yeah, and it felt good. I have to say, I think it actually felt better than me sending an email. I
Guys,
actually preferred just looking around.
I am
And
7 days away from my gold nugget. I'm just with my pickaxe on the last week, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna taste the gold after that. I like seriously, I've never felt it as tangible before. I can literally like I can see that it's gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's how I feel about it. I'm just like, yeah, this is really gonna work. So just keep on whatever it is, whatever
Yeah.
track it is that you're on. Don't stop now. Just keep going. Even if it's one GPT a week or one every 2 weeks, whatever you can do, just keep on keeping on.
I'm gonna do a workshop, another one of the workshops that I did to promote it again. Like I actually thought that that was a good, like I was confident about that one. So, and I've got people that are saying they want to know they're not even using Chat GPT. So there's a beginners course that's there as well that people are not even. And these people, one of the people that was saying that she needs help, she was my ex boss. And when we was teaching ICT back in the day. So it comes full circle. So this the people that you may think might don't need it actually want to know more about it. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think for me personally, I feel because I'm in it and I see lots of no one needs this information, but there's so much more people that need it more than we actually know. So
Yeah.
and yeah,
And everybody will find their rhythm, and everybody will find the way they like selling. Like there's like I'm not inventing the wheel by telling you these are the things that work, because they've been working for hundreds of years. We sell the same way. Just because we're selling AI, we're not inventing the wheel, but it's easier to sell because people are interested, even though guarded, they're still interested because they see it all the time. It's all about showing them what it can do. And that's why show and tell works so well. And as I said, when you cold approach people, however you do it, and you create demo videos, you can make them a little bit more generic even and use the same video if you want to. Like if it's for content, you can always say, this is what comes in the front end, this is what comes in the back end. And, you can do it for any business, whether it's a coach, whether it's the local dentist, whoever that is, they all need content if they want to be on social media. So you can reuse some of them with others, especially if they're larger businesses. You may have to be a little bit more precise. But yeah, it's I'm really happy that you guys are starting to like, especially Andrea, because Andrea's been around me for a very long time. And as she said, it was a lot of talk and it's just going in circles. And now she's really making like huge progress.
thank you.
Man, I have
Yeah,
a
and
question.
that's why I'm an advocate for people just to go for it and this whole don't feel like we have to do everything. Um, and that's why this group. Do you know what it was? It was this group. Like I'm so glad that you set up, and I will keep saying it, and people will hear me say this over and over again on these calls. But because you set up this community, alongside your support was always, but it's always good to have other people as well. That's in the same. We're all starting from the same page, and it really brought to light that this can actually be done. Oh, it's okay for Monica because she's done it already. Like she's the head of this school. She knows what she's talking about. She's been in here. She's been doing this. But coming in when we're all, relatively at the same kind of level, really helped to solidify things for me in my head. As like, do you know what, Andrea, you're onto a good thing, and even more so because I've got Monica in my back, literally got Monica in my back pocket, and I knew that I wasn't utilizing the good thing that I did, not your thing, but the good opportunity that I did have was like, no, don't, be grateful for what you have. And I wasn't being grateful for what I had in Monica. And now I'm grateful because she hears me all the time.
Man, I have a quick question.
Yes, Laura.
If it's okay. I just want to be absolutely clear that I'm including everything I need to whenever I sell a GPT and an automation. So when it comes to a GPT, all I'm giving them is the link to the GPT that I've created. When they click it, they access it, and that's all they need. So no JSON schema. They don't need that, because that would only be if I was teaching them to build one, but I'm not doing that. So they're going to get access the link and then just access the GPT I've created, right? Okay, cool. And then when it comes to automations, what I'm giving them is the link to the GPT. Is that right? What am I giving them for an automation?
So with the automation, really depends what you're selling. If you're selling it as a service, you have
Okay.
to, yeah. So if it's a service, you keep full control. And if your front end is like, say, a blog or article writing GPT, then you can just give them access to the GPT and say, hey, when you have an idea, you can put your topic in here and I'll take care of everything. Or even better, you can just go, we're gonna have some sort of a like ideas list, and I'll pull ideas from there. It's kind of like you have to make a decision what you're selling. If it's okay, so if you're selling just a GPT, that is going to be just a GPT. Like this GPT only produces something, but it doesn't go anywhere from the back end. Then it's just a link and they use it. You don't need to have any schemas unless you have functions in there that will do something else, like go to an automation or go to a database or go to another website and pull information from there. You don't need that. So this is an easy sell. Here's the link, use it. If it's like that big system that I have, the article writer that goes into the automation, then if you're building it for them as a product, you charge them much more upfront, and you build it within their accounts. So you give them access, you build them a GPT, you build the schema for them, and you connect it to the automation. If it is a service, you have these two options. One is, this is the front end that I'm going to give you access to, the GPT. And they'll be like, hey, GPT, write me an article for this. And then you'll just teach them, tell it to send it to my system, and that will take care of it. Or you can have an ideas list that you share with them for like topics. Like you can be like, every month I'm going to give you, say, 20 or 30 topic ideas. When you approve them, I'm going to run with them.
Okay. So that's okay. So that would be offering it as a service then, where I would be doing the work for them and I would be keeping control of the GPT and the automation, and it would be running along a spreadsheet I set up for them, and I just get the information but give them access to the spreadsheet or something so they can view it whenever it's the automations run. Okay, cool, as a service. And then if I'm doing it as a product, I could build it for them. Well, I'll build it for them in their thing, and then they've got that. Right. Okay, got you. Yes, I just needed to get clear on that, because I was thinking, I know it's not the same as just giving them a link, like giving somebody a link to a GPT. I know there's more to it. So I was just trying to get my head around, what do I actually need to give them? Because then okay, that makes sense, because in the Google Doc then, or in the PDF that I'm preparing for the automations, I'm actually not going to give them that until they decide how they're buying it. Do you want this as a service where you do it through me and I keep control of it? Or do you want this built as your own product? Okay.
Yeah. See if you can, at least at first, until you start gauging interest, see if you can book calls with these people that are interested.
Yeah.
So when the link for the automations and all that, link it to a calendar.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Because number one, every conversation will give you ideas. It will give you data of what people may or may not want. It will give you data about why they are not interested, the objections. So it will give you a lot of data. And if you record your calls with these people, then you can run them through AI and go, can you analyze this call? Can you give me, what I did great, what I did wrong, what was, analyze all these objections that people had. Like, conversations are the best way to get data for you that will just be specifically to you, because my calls are definitely different than yours.
Yeah.
And if I tell you what my data is, it's going to be wrong for you.
Yeah.
Same with
Yeah.
everybody else. We all do it differently.
Okay, no, that makes sense. Okay, so then on my button in the product shop, what they do is when they click it, it actually links to book a call. I can have a call with them, decide what it is they want to do, product or service, and then give them the price and the stuff or whatever on there, I suppose.
Like where your titles and descriptions are for automation, put somewhere that they are custom built.
Yes. I've actually said that in my demo videos. I've just said,
or say the custom AI solutions.
yes, I've said that. I've just said, if this is a GPT and automation that you're looking for, please DM me, because this cannot be edited. They are built for each specific business. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So,
excellent.
okay. Ooh, yahoo! I did one thing right in my demo videos. Ooh. Okay, cool. Thank you for that. That's much better clarity for me. Thank you.
Yeah. Don, Manuela, anything you guys want to share? Any questions?
Well, I'm still in the very, very beginning. I'm just in the starter courses for the prompts and the GPT. So in the very beginning, and yes, as I told you in our call, which was amazing, my onboarding call, which I really enjoyed. I have still got hair. Next week,
I know.
have...
Yeah, you said next time I'll see you're not gonna have hair, but you do.
And next time it will be Martin's haircut for me here, because I'm in the hospital and chemo. In German, chemotherapy. It's something like that in your language as well, I think.
Yeah. Manuela is undergoing some chemo, so her hair is starting to fall off. So we were joking last time. She'll be like, she'll be a proper skinhead by next time.
Yes. It's quite warm in here now because we had to heat the oven on to put fire on. The heating is on, yeah, and I'm quite cold here in the middle of Germany at the moment.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm so happy being part of this community, and this is my first call with you, and I really love it and enjoy it. And yes, I'm in the right place. Thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, just keep going. And you're going like everybody starts from the same place, including me. And you can see, Andrea and Laura, they're all, doing stuff. We had another win yesterday that I pinned, someone that just sold, had a new client that she sold like avatars to here in Australia. So people are constantly getting little wins. Like, don't wait until you have this massive win, somebody paid me $50,000 to do something for them. Like, every tiny little win. I still sell stuff for $100. Like, I'm not one of those people that is like, oh, no, my skill is so good, I'm never going to sell anything for under, 10,000. I know someone who does not touch anything that is under $10,000. And I'm like,
That's
okay.
gonna be me too.
As I said, I don't put that much importance on myself. Like, if I can sell something for $100, I'll sell something for $100. It's better in my bank account than not.
Of course.
I don't care. I don't have an ego when it comes to business.
Yeah.
If I can make money somewhere, I'll make money somewhere. And I don't care how much, how little I sell it for, if I can sell it. So if you guys take this attitude and, think that every sale is a win, you'll be happier and you'll probably make more sales.
And you know what? I think possibly the lady was Vanessa, or who's did the avatar thing and put the win in the group today, and the fact it was like the first AI she'd sold, it meant more. It's a bit like Andrea was saying, you know, the fact that, you know, if somebody comes on and goes, hey, yeah, I've just done my first 10 grand, but it's unrelatable, you know, because we're like, I mean, I don't feel like the first thing I'm going to do is go for 10 grand. It'll go for 10 quid probably. And so when somebody does that same sort of thing, because it's relatable, it means more. So yeah, I just back what you were saying there.
Yeah. Well, I'm only there now. My first few GPTs are all based on Monica's pricing guidelines, so I'm not anywhere near the thousands mark. I would love to be, but it'll be a pathway, right? It's a trajectory. So yeah.
Yeah, and look how excited you are about the prospect of making sales.
Excited.
You know,
Oh my
that's the
gosh,
thing,
I'm
isn't
so
it?
excited. Just one. I'm just even like, can I just get one? That'll be awesome. Yeah.
But even
It will.
Lauren, guys, that is selling the GPT for $7, that Tripwire GPT, she's having 6% conversion, which is massive. Like, I know she did, I think, 60 sales or something like that. And no, she did not make millions of dollars because she's selling it for $7, but she made 60 sales. Like, this is the number we need to concentrate on, not how much money she made. Because
she's paid back for the money that she's paid for the course. She paid back for being in your group.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking she has 60 buyers. People who opened their wallets for her. That's what I'm concentrating on. Not how much, not this, not that, because the hardest thing is to get somebody to open their wallet for you once, the first time. And if they like what they see, they'll open their wallets again. But that first sale is the hardest. So when I look at her stuff, I'm like, girl, you just made 60 sales. Yeah.
And that's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's things like, and it's people like that is encouraging and inspiring and motivating, and you know, that's what's spurring me on more than anything else, you know. So
yeah, that's why I encourage everyone. It doesn't matter how little your win is, put it in the group, because everybody else will see it and they'll be like, I can do that. Like Martin said, if somebody puts in the group, hey, I just got my first client and they paid me $10,000, and you'll be like, oh, you know, that's kind of a bit of a bummer because nobody's going to pay me $10,000, you know, right out of the gate. But when, you know, people like Lauren are like, I made 60 sales. They're $7 sales, but they're 60 sales. You know, this is more like, oh my God, this is just a little tiny $7 product that she just sends, you know, some traffic to, and she's getting sales all the time. That's doable. You know, Vanessa's avatar thing. You know, she went, she pitched, she got the client. I'm not sure how much she's charging them, but she got a sale. She joined like a week ago. Yeah.
It's possible, and I think I put it in the group. This is like the worst it will ever be.
Yeah.
It's only going to start to get better, and we're at the very beginning stage. So if we can make a name for ourselves now and start pushing this out and be known as the AI kings and queens, like we are, we've got a good thing. And I refuse to let this era pass me by. The internet one passed me. I'm not having it this time. Like, no way at all. I'm having a slice of this pie.
Yeah, same with me. Same with me.
Yeah.
I just I sold websites back then. Like, I was making them with Dreamweaver, if anybody remembers that program. Martin probably does. Yeah, I used to do Dreamweaver websites. Then I did some what do you call them, turnkey websites. I sell them. I used to sell them for $2,500 back then when you could. But yeah, I don't think we're all old enough to probably not see the next big thing.
Exactly. That's why I'm not letting this pass by.
I
And
think
another
this
thing
is
that
our
runs,
chance.
another thing that runs through my head is that look how old Instagram is and Facebook and people still have coaches in there. People still need to know how to use these things. So, you know, this is just yeah, that's my motivation in knowing that if people are still advertising, oh, this is how you use Instagram, that if you haven't been using Instagram for all these years, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it just lightens me up every time I think about it. It's like, yep, this is it.
And here's the thing, even if you don't want to, because there's a couple of people in the group that don't want to sell automations or GPTs or any build-ups as an agency or a freelancer. They're like, I'm a coach. And I'm like, you can either sell them, stuff that is in alignment with your coaching business, that is like, these are my upsells that you can get to my coaching, or teach them how to do their own AI stuff. Like, you're still a coach, you just launch another product that is now going to teach you how to implement AI in your business. So even as a coach, you have so much to teach people in regards to AI, rather than completely changing and pivoting and all that. And I think Dawn is in that space. Like, Dawn is a coach. Aren't you, Dawn?
No, not really. I don't know. I'm testing the waters, I guess I should say.
Okay. But yeah, so you can teach people. You don't just have to sell stuff. Like, I do both. Yeah.
I think my starting point is certainly just selling the little things. It's been for me, it was a great way to get started because it helped me apply what I learned from the training. I actually have applied that now, and I've got a couple of GPTs, and I'm at a point where I can actually share them with people and make some money from them, which is cool. But yeah, I hadn't actually thought any further than that, to be honest. That was the point I wanted to get to, and I'm nearly there. But it's interesting what you're saying now. I mean, I guess that's, I suppose, where you could take your business if you were looking at, if you wanted to grow it and evolve it and all that sort of stuff, just have different ways of, I suppose, adding these. Like, for me as a social media manager, these little GPTs are great upsells for people I work with. You know what I mean? So that's interesting. It's a nice idea, actually.
And I'm gonna have them in my group for free. But if you want them, you pay for them. But then you might as well just come into the group, and then you can get them. So that's in trying to entice people to come into the group and then hopefully stay in the group, because there's quite a bit in there anyway. So like
Is
every
that a
month.
group you run through school, Andrea?
Yeah, the one that's linked to the GPT that I just put in the group.
Okay.
Yeah. And at the moment that's $5. So I'm just trying to build up traction in there. I just want to create a community in there. And I feel like that's something like Evelyn, Monica, that's the kind of thing that what she does. Like she sells, either you can sell the thing individually, or you come into the group and you just get it. And so that's the kind of model for that I'm doing. And then I've got my kind of like an AI agent, my AI consultancy, which is going to be separate, which I'm going to do like helping people build their own custom GPTs and their own automations over on that side. So I've got effectively got two services.
Yeah, I definitely think that we all should have like more income streams that we probably have at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my next thing will be building products with, because AI is the best full stack developer I've ever met. I'm serious. The salary is like $30 a month for my full stack developer.
Wow. Yeah.
And that app that Andrea tested for me, that is in level 6, like it's done. I've done it. I just have to deploy it. And yeah, it has like maybe about 300 lines of Python code and about 300 lines of HTML code. I wrote 0 of those lines.
And it's really good what Monica's
It's really
done.
good. Yeah.
So seamless. And
Yeah.
then it also goes with, I don't want to spoil it for him, but it goes with other things that we can put things to pair it with other things that's in
Yeah.
the
And
classroom.
I'm going to teach you guys how to build these types of apps. And I'm going to teach you how to build Chrome extensions with AI. So you can do everything. You just tell your AI what you want, and it does it for you. And then when it's not working, you go and you're like, yo, not working, dude. Fix it. So yeah, it took me 3.5 days, and I have an app that I can now either, put it in the group for free, which I am. I can also sell it. I can actually do a subscription service to it.
Is that the sort
Yeah,
of thing that
that's
would go on like the Apple Store and Google? Google
I
Store?
don't think that this is something like, it's not like an app thing,
Okay.
like for the App Store. I don't even
Right.
know how to put something in the App Store.
Okay.
But it's something like I can run it to a landing page, and then I can just link Stripe to it.
Mhm.
And even if I sell it for $5 a month, but if I have 10,
Monica, is it more like an agent? Is that what it's like?
yes,
Is it?
more like a little
That's what I
agent.
want to do, and that's what it's kind of hard to explain. I don't want to do. I'm not looking to do a GPT. I'm looking to do an agent.
Yeah. Now we all use the word agent a little bit loosely, and I think everybody
Right.
has a bit of a different idea of what an agent is. Like, to me, what I would call a real agent doesn't exist yet, because a real
Right.
autonomous agent will be something that you're like, hey, this is your task. So you just give it a task and then it goes and does it. So for example, if I'm like, hey, I'm traveling next month, these are the dates, this is the destination, do the booking for me. This is all my instruction. So my agent will go, because every agent has like its little helpers in it. So the agent is like the conductor that does, the pointing and giving jobs to other little agents. So it goes, the first agent will be something that is fine-tuned to go and look at airlines. So after it gets the task, it will be, hey, go and look at some tickets, you go and look at some accommodation, and you go and look at some tours, for example. That's an agent, which we cannot do yet. We cannot have that autonomous agent. There are people in the coding industry, like space, that can do it with a bit of code, but there's nothing that is user friendly, or it's just like you really need to know your code to be able to even get somewhat closer to that, and the results are still not that good.
Yeah, I wanted to be, it's taking me a long time to work on it, but I wanted to do this for Etsy folks. Do the research, brainstorm, for folks who are creating images, create the images, create the listings, create the corresponding social media. I wanted that to all be together. It's just taking a lot of work to try to figure it out.
Kind of do it that way and make it maybe semi-automated, but it will be like with webhooks. So one automation will start. So they'll be like, this is what I want to research. The automation will start. Then the end of the automation will have a webhook that will send the information to another automation that will start as soon as this webhook sends information. So this is more of an agent thing, but again, it is not what I'm picturing in my head. It's not like Data from Star Trek, where you're like, I want you to do that, and he goes and does it.
Yeah, there's some decision into it, and that's the hard part, right? The logic to create the decision making part, right?
Yeah.
Because right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure that it's doable in one form or another for Etsy sellers. Yeah. We have quite a few people that sell on Etsy in our group.
Yeah, I have shops. That's the whole point of me having the shops. So that I'd be my first customer, I guess.
No, that's good. I think Etsy is a great way to make, extra income, because as long as you pump products into your store, it kind of, runs itself, and especially if you do that automation that I have to post automatically on social media, then then you have this little helper that is constantly posting and getting people back to your store.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other one that I'm seeing a lot of people do, like as a side thingy, is Amazon, like books and journals and these things. We actually have somebody that will do a masterclass next month on how to write and publish a book on Amazon with AI. Yeah, one of our members is doing it. I think it's like on maybe the 7th, the 8th of October, something like that. I don't know. It's in the calendar. You guys can have a look at it. So yeah, and there's a lot of little things that we can do like as a side thing that will make us some money on the side while you're concentrating on other stuff, or like with Dawn, it could be your main thing. Especially if you find a system that is really working and you make it very robust, you can do this as a service. You don't need to build it for other people. You will just clone your system for everyone, because I personally feel that if we sell stuff as a service, we can make more money. Because you may just charge, a couple of $100 for the initial setup, but then like I have 10 clients and this is how much money I'm going to make every month. Yeah, like you can project your budget into the future, rather than I'm going to sell this system to someone for say $3,000, and yes, you're getting the $3,000 this month, but next month you have to find another client. And Laura, as a social media manager, how difficult it could be sometimes, to find a new client.
Yeah. Well, there's two things. One, when you're doing everything manually, you're at max capacity. It's difficult to take on more clients, so you're limited in that sense. But the minute somebody leaves, it's like a gaping hole. It's like, oh, now, you know what I mean? I was just getting to a point, like I was making just what I needed to get by, but I couldn't go any further because of the manual stuff.
Yeah.
And then when somebody does drop out, because it's always unexpected, nobody ever says to you, here's a year's warning, or like even a month. Here's a month's warning, unless you have that in your contract. But yeah, it can be tough.
And then my favorite is when somebody tells me, hey, can we pause it for a month? I'm like, okay, you're gone. This month is going to turn to forever.
Yeah. Monica, how do you charge any of your clients like a service? Like a month?
Very few, because I do prefer to get the community going and get my high ticket to a point where I'm happy with the people I work with, like Andre is in my high ticket, because I'd rather have people in my high ticket and work with them for their clients and stuff, because it gives me more knowledge. It gives me new things to try that I haven't tried before, and it keeps me in the community. So yeah, my agency is very boutique. Like I don't take everyone. I don't. I try to Look at Andrea. I try to work with people that jam with me.
Queen
Sorry,
Andrea.
it's late. It's late. It's late. I'm like a big kid who needs to have the sleep, and I just act the fool when it gets too late.
Funny. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah, but I do have some clients that are, service based.
Yeah.
And I do
But-
have some clients that I build stuff for them, but they keep coming back for new stuff.
So, are your high ticket things, that's a subscription based thing as well, though, because it's every month, isn't it?
Yeah, or every quarter.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah, my head's just thinking about how I'd set that up. The subscription I don't know if you just set it up directly in Stripe and have them run off a subscription that way, or what do you do it
Yeah.
through school? I think you said.
Oh no, well, I'm gonna start running well, it depends if people come in the high ticket for monthly, I'm gonna set it up in school because I can charge, I think in school the most you can charge is $999. They don't have anything above that.
Oh,
Yeah, so you cannot, if you have something that is more than that, you have to go outside of school.
okay.
So I'll probably do the monthlies in school if people want to come quarterly, because quarterly, like if you pay for the full quarter, is cheaper. Then I'm gonna just send them to a Stripe page, because the people that come into my high ticket, I talk to them. Like
Yeah.
it's not, they don't come from an ad and they don't know anything from me. I don't need to have a sales page that, I mean, I do have a sales page, but my sales page is linked to an application, so you can't pay anything on there. So if I'm talking to you and you're like, yeah, I'm ready to go, I can be like, here's the link to the Stripe or the page.
Monica,
Yeah.
but are you gonna have a separate group, because you can't have two payments going on at the same time, can you?
No, but I'm like, hey, I'm just changing the payment for the next 10 minutes. So I can just change them. I've done it with a couple of the new people in the
Okay.
in the high ticket. Yeah. So I'm like, while I'm on the phone, I'm like, I changed the price, it will be live for 10 minutes. And they're like, okay, I'm going to pay now. And then I change it straight back to whatever the low ticket is.
Oh,
Yeah. So
that's
it's
a clever way. That's actually a good idea, isn't it? So then
Yeah.
at least people will. Oh, that is clever.
You should demo that. Can you do a video so that I can see how you do it in Stripe?
You don't need to do it in
Oh.
Stripe. What Monica's saying, she does it in school.
Oh, in
So
school.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
if somebody decides to pay me quarterly, I have to do it in Stripe because it exceeds the maximum amount I can charge in school.
But
Yeah,
why
it's
would you
really
give
easy.
them
Yes,
that
I'll do.
option?
Sorry?
Why would you give them that option?
Because I get commitment for 3 months.
Hmm.
It's a higher selling point and they get
Yeah.
better value.
And they get better value.
No, it's just a genuine question.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
you know,
this is why. This is why.
okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes
because
sense.
if you decide to go per quarter and you pay per quarter, you'll save $2,000 a year.
Mm. School's bringing out a lot of new stuff now, aren't they? I was on their call the other day. I can't
Yeah.
remember anything.
Yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna, I don't know why they don't allow people to charge more than $1,000. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
They got the yearly thing, but that's the only thing they got with the pricing.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, I'm gonna drop
Okay.
off now. It's been really
Wow,
useful,
yeah, we can talk.
Yeah.
and
We can talk for
hopefully
England.
I'll catch up with you all again. Good luck, Manuela.
Yeah, guys, it was lovely to chat.
Thank
Huge
you.
congrats, Laura and Andrea, and I hope to hear more of these stories from everybody else.
Lovely to meet everybody today. Good luck, Manuela. Wishing you all the very
Thank you
best.
so much. I
Yeah.
love your motivation and how you're on fire, Laura. It's so great to see you.
I
How-
think,
You're rocking it.
thank you very much. I think I'm probably the vibiest person in the group. Mon? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I dance on these calls. So if you come to any more, you might see that.
Oh, wow.
But,
I'm really
yeah.
looking forward to it.
I don't ever disappoint.
Okay, guys. Really good chatting with you.
Bye,
And
everyone.
let's rock it.